Hi, my name is Ibuka. I'm a plant icon based here in Lagos, Nigeria. And I figured we haven't had a houseplant tour in such a long time on this page. The last one we had was in April, months ago. So why don't we rectify that? Also, October is the last month of the rainy season, and it's technically the last month where things become cozy in this hellfire city of Lagos. Some of you may remember in my last houseplant tour, I was sweating like a goat because it was an oven inside here. But let's take advantage of the last cool days we have this time of the year and just tour this glorious plant room. And also I'm going to give you guys a tour of a new plant I have in my living room as well, so just stick around. But I want to begin this tour not with this corner, but a plant that I don't know why you guys, if you're watching this in the US, in the UK, the Canada, the West generally, I don't know why you guys don't grow this plant. Look, let's take a look at it. It is this absolutely gorgeous anthurium, and just to give you guys an idea of how big she is, I'm gonna pick her up. Oh my goodness gracious, this is the latest addition to my plant room, and I don't quite know what anthurium this is, but it is like the most common anthurium you will find in this part of the world. So yeah, when you see a plant that is super common in this part of the world, like you can walk into our roadside nurseries and easily find it, then it's a big giveaway that this plant is very hardy. Because our roadside nurseries are sort of like makeshift nurseries, and they do not always have like the resources to take care of this one. And you can see that here, when I got it, it has some leaf damage, which is fine. It adds to its rustic appeal. But the point is, this is nonetheless a very hardy and easy plant. And as with most anthuriums, this doesn't need a lot of light, which will make it an excellent indoor plant. So again, I need you to query your nurseries and tell them to stock these guys so you can start growing them in your homes. And I have it paired in this gorgeous rattan. If there's one thing you quickly notice is that I'm quite big on rattan. And I think I even overdid it with the rattan in this plant room. But anyways, let's proceed with this corner. This is like the eye candy of my plant room. I can't wait to show you the plants there. When I shoot my YouTube videos, this is often the backdrop you typically see, and I wanted it to stand out. So I incorporated this little decor knickknacks. My philosophy is that your plant room should be not just a place where you dump plants, but you should decorate it like you would any other room. So I try to incorporate that. I want this room to be cozy, and I also want people to be able to come here, maybe, do their yoga here in the mornings, and while admiring the plants. But back to the plant. We have this trailing green pothos. I believe this is either a global green pothos or a inverted pothos enjoy. Can't tell the difference, but it actually makes a great shelf filler plant. Like, you don't always have to lean towards this very rare and exotic plant. Sometimes incorporate these like rather basic plants, if you would, that just make great shelf fillers. Now, a very good example of one such plant is this Monstera adansoni. Oh my goodness gracious, this, to me, I would choose this over a Monstera deliciosa, because to me it doesn't take up too much space, and it also doesn't require as much light as your Monstera deliciosa, and it is just easy and unproblematic. I literally have it quite far away from the nearest light sources, and it is still pushing out growth, like, albeit slowly, but it is still growing and being just so unproblematic. Like, I will always recommend your Monstera adansoni as a great indoor plant for whether you're a beginner or you're an advanced person. It just makes a great feature to like your indoor jungle. We don't always have to like go for the rare plants. Sometimes just the tried and true classics, they're classics for a reason. So this is a great one. Now moving on to this mamacita here. Oh my god, my Philodendron gloriosum. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this plant. I think she also has a love-hate relationship with me, because one minute she's bringing out this beautiful, perfect leaves. Oh my goodness gracious. And next minute we've got a raggedy leaf. And I'm like, ma'am, what is it? Are you feeling me? Are you not feeling me? This plant has a hard time growing in the dry season when it gets super hot. I've noticed it's one of those philodendrons that likes things quite cool. And we've had an unusually hot rainy season, guys. Global warming is real. Like, these things are real. So that might explain for some of the ragged nature of the leaves. Also, I remember in my philodendron collection video, I advised that this is not a plant that you want to put on a shelf. According to a veteran grower, she said that with your ground crawling philodendrons, you don't want to put them on any elevated thing. You want to place them on the ground, and I advise to do that. So why am I going against my own advice? Well, because I noticed that it actually looks nicer on top. It looks nicer on top this table. I have it on top like a table thingy. It just adds more gravitas to this space. So for that reason, I'm defying my own rules. I hope I do not regret it. But I just wanted to pick it up so you guys would have maybe a better appreciation of how this looks like on camera. Oh, does it look good? Let's actually also use the opportunity to cut out some of these raggedy leaves. Let's do that together. I'm going to heavily have to use the CapCut noise cancelling feature while editing this video because, oh my god guys, shooting anything on a weekend in this part of the world is like a disaster because it becomes so noisy. Children are at home. Oh god, and I have this noisy next door neighbors here. They are so rabid. I'm sorry, but it just has to be said. And they're playing music rather loudly. Hopefully everything gets, removed with the noise cancelling feature. But yeah, she looks quite prim and proper already. Okay, now let's move over to this huge variegated money tree. I'm excited to show you guys this plant. So yes, this beautiful money tree is actually a variegated money tree. And you may be wondering, where's the variegation? Well, babe, the variegation starts off in the new leaf. And you can see this one is about to blossom with lots of new growth. The variegation starts off with a new leaf. And then afterwards, it fades into all green. But I remember one of you actually suggested that it might be fading fast because I have it growing outdoors where it is getting very intense light, which is true. And they suggested I move it indoors. And I've done that, so I'm really curious to know how that will affect the variegation. We've got like 5, oh my goodness gracious, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new growth. And I can also see some ants as well. Oh my god, ants and scales are like the bane of my existence, so I'm gonna have to spray this down with a systemic to get rid of the ants. And let's not forget the little mamacita behind me. I don't know if you guys can see. I've got this gorgeous, how I was able to squeeze myself in this corner, it's really amazing. I've got this gorgeous Kindaxis over here. Again, a classic, a tried and true classic. I feel like this also makes a very good indoor plant. Like, I had a hard time growing this plant outdoors. Like, outdoors were just too hot for it in this oven of a country. But since I moved this indoors, she's been doing great. And again, she's quite far away from like the brightest light source, and she's doing rather amazing. You notice that I haven't got any grow lights here. Well, because grow lights are quite expensive in this part of the world, babes. So everything you see growing here, all natural light, babes, all natural light. Okay, let's move on to this cute fern. I believe this is the one fern I have in my collection. I've been able to keep it alive. So let's move on to that. So moving on to this bird's nest fern, you would think that because I live in a quite humid country, I will be able to like grow ferns. Well, no, babes, because even though it's humid here, it's also hellfire here. It gets very hot. And this way you can see that she has been scorched on so many occasions by accident. The latest one involved me. I took this plant outside. It was raining. I took this plant outside. Let me see if I can just scooch in here. Okay. So, it was raining and I took this babe outside, and then I completely forgot her outside, and then the sun came out literally after it had rained, because the sun must always shine in this country. Oh my god, the sun came out and then literally scorched this babe. Like literally in the 1 hour that I left her outside, she was scorched so badly. That's why she's looking like this, like a hot mess. But at least she's alive. I've tried to grow ferns on several occasions. I did have a staghorn fern that I sold because I just couldn't keep up with the watering. It was a mounted one. So, well, this is the only fern I have, and this is the only fern I think I will ever have. Not really big on ferns either way. But yeah, she looks a bit rough. But I think she's beautiful and she's doing well indoors. Let's remove all these. Where's my scissors? Hang on. I'm doing all of this in real time because this is not one of those pretentious channels where they make their plants look amazing before they film. No, babes, we keeps it real here. Yeah, poor babes, don't worry, you recover, right? Sorry, I think that should do it. Then in the ground, I've got my philodendron broiler max. Let me pick her up. This is an extremely hardy philodendron. She may not be the fanciest philodendron that there is, but this is so hardy and takes my neglect. Like I love her for that. Like I just love her. She just wants to be alive regardless of what you throw at her. Fun fact, this used to be a variegated philodendron broiler max, but you know the green leaves quickly took over and I just let it be. I let the plant do whatever she wanted to do, and I love this plant. It's a great indoor plant, like also a great low light tolerant plant, so just lovely. I have her placed on the ground where I'm not sure she needs some support from this pole. She does. I have her placed in the ground where I'm not sure she gets that much light, but she doesn't seem to mind really. So yeah, let me have her place. It's about to rain, so it's about to get dark, so let's see how far we can go with this tour. If not, I'll have to continue filming tomorrow, but yeah, let's go. So it's currently raining, but thankfully we're filming against the light, so I feel like, yeah, I think it's even perfect. Like the lights won't be too harsh of the camera. So let's proceed. So on this shelf, I've got, first of all, I've got this philodendron hashtaton cotton that I kept here. I've tried with all my might to actually grow a beautiful specimen of this philodendron. I'm not really the biggest philodendron fan, but this one I really like. But each time I try to grow it, it always rots. I one time grew a beautiful specimen that I lost to a massive scale infestation, and it's been hard to replicate. So this is like my 5th attempt at restarting the one I had. It was rotting, so I just took a cutting and I stuck it here, and I think we don't have roots yet, but yeah, I think it's fine. Over here, like, I may not have much luck with peperomia, but this particular peperomia obtusifolia, oh my goodness, is the hardiest peperomia in the universe. I do think she needs like sort of like a trellis or something to get her to stay in one place, but I just love her. I have her paired in this beautiful blue pot that I thrifted. I've got this little contraption of some curtains that I stuck in a glass vase. I always tell people you can use this water propagations to decorate your home. Like you don't have to be actively growing plants. You could just decorate them. Just get a pothos, stick it in a jar and just have it placed around your home. So I used that to decorate this rather rustic looking shelf. Now let's move over to this plant. This is the one plant that at this point I don't even know whether she's dead or alive. Like I don't even know what I'm doing with this plant. I believe this is a xanthosoma, if I'm not mistaken. She looks rather miserable. There are a few times where I've lost all leaves and she's come back. It's a very difficult plant in my opinion. Like it's been reclassified from caladium to whatever. I don't even care. I'm just hanging on to it. But I told myself if it declines once again, off to the bin it goes. You know, on this page we're not afraid of throwing plants into the dustbin. Right underneath here I've got some philodendrons as well. I'm not like the biggest philodendron collector, but you know, there are a few that I have in my care. There's this philodendron pink princess that I guess looks like a pink princess because oftentimes what you get is a white princess. This one has been hanging in there. I mean, she gave me this beautiful pink leaf, but I can see that, I don't know, it just doesn't look like, it looks like it's declining. You know, I don't have my hopes too high on these ones. So, but yeah, and then I've got the one philodendron that took me literally 2 years to propagate from one leaf. Not 2 years, 1 year to propagate from one leaf. This philodendron is so dry. If somebody had told me that it would take me 1 year to have a leaf propagate from a leaf cutting, I would not have chopped off the rather big one that I had. I had a big one that I decided to be, I got greedy and decided to chop, grow it from multiple leaf cuttings, and it was only one that survived. The mother plant also died as well. The mother plant also died as well. And that's one leaf took like a year. So moral of the story is, please don't be greedy. You don't have to always chop and prop your plants. Sometimes just leave them be, okay? Oh my god, I've learned the hard way. And just to give you an idea of the current weather conditions right now, it is 78% humidity and 28.7 degrees Celsius. This is my idea of cozy weather. For someone who lives in a city that is an oven, this is cozy weather to me. This is winter weather. This is autumn weather to me, actually. Yes, perfect. You guys know I have a thing for aglaonemas, right? Aglaonemas and snake plants are like my favorite genus, and this is beautiful aglaonema pink moon. She's quite big. Let me see if I can carry her. She's no. Let's leave her. But she's quite big, and I just think she adds such, gravitas. That seems to be my favorite word. She adds such like gravitas, yes, to this corner, and I absolutely love her. I do love her. Love you, babes. There used to be a massive mirror in this corner, and sometimes I do miss it, but I had to take it away because it used to make filming so difficult, because my reflection and my tripod stand were always showing the background. So yeah, I opted for this rattan shelf instead. Remember how I said you should use cuttings, like water propagation, as little decor pieces? That's what I did here. I have this variegated epipermanent pinnatum cutting that I just stuck here, and she's been here for like ages. And I've got this aglaonema alumina cutting that I also have stuck here as well. So while they are rooting, they're also serving decorative purposes. And this is where I keep my infamous notepad. Some of you know, once this notepad is out, things about to get real. Yeah, so love this corner. Let's move over to here. Ladies and gentlemen, you're actually witnessing a miracle right before your eyes, because this is the longest I've been able to keep a ZZ Sensi alive. I love ZZs. I love how they look, and I love especially the ZZ Sensi, but I can never keep my ZZs alive. I don't know. I've lamented to you guys before, and I'm giving up at this point. This is the longest I've been able to keep this babe alive, and there's actually even new growth. Can you see that? There's new growth too. I'm quite surprised, but I'm always like terrified to water. Like, this baby is thirsty right now, but I'm so terrified to water. I have a little bit of water here, so let's do that together. Just okay, I think that should do. I'm not sure. Don't know, but I'll give you some more water later on. But yeah, INCZs. Oh wait, the struggle has been real. This table is where I film all my content, and also where I do some editing sometimes. So yeah, that's that. This corner, I've got a rather basic, some would argue a rather basic aglaonema. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the green aglaonemas, but they are quite good. They're quite good low light tolerant plants, but the star of the show has to be this Philodendron Pericivide. Oh my goodness gracious, please, I have to pick her up. So you guys can have a better view and appreciation. Oh, this plant is gonna make me fall in love with philodendrons all over again. Like, it's such a responsive plant. This plant feels like, it makes you really feel like you're living with a living being, because it's so active, it's so responsive. It responds to light changes by moving its leaves, and it grows really fast. And look at this beautiful variegation. I love you so much, darling. I have it up. This is my grass pole. This is my makeshift grass pole and stuff. I'm having a hard time recreating. I know I promised you guys a video of this grass pole, like a tutorial, but I'm having a hard time sourcing some of the materials needed, and which is why I haven't made that video. But I promise you I'm gonna make that video eventually before the year runs out. But such a beautiful sight to behold. Let's not forget this mama here. This is one of my favorite aglaonemas. This is an aglaonema alumina, and this one, in my experience, is the aglaonema that prefers to be in medium light. It doesn't like highlight at all. I did, however, observe this morning that it has a bit of a scale. I don't even know what these are, guys. Like, what is this? has a bit of a scale infestation. This was growing outdoors for a long time. I just moved her indoors. When you grow your plants outdoors, one of the disadvantages is that they are exposed to all manner of things. So I have to spray this one down ASAP before it spreads. Okay, I'm going to do that spray systemic once we're done with this video. Okay girlies, we're actually done with this plant room, but let's move over to the living room. I got a plant recently for the living room, and I can't wait. I have to show you guys this plant in this store. So let's move over to the living room. And in the meantime, isn't she lovely? Isn't she gorgeous? You need this plant in your collection. Write to your nurseries, tell them to stock this plant. Ladies and gentlemen, look at her! Oh my god! I was gonna save this, showing this plant for like maybe a living room update vlog thing, but I was so impatient. I was like, I want my besties to see. I feel like it makes an amazing living room statement plant. However, this place is rather dark, as you will see from this angle, but I'm determined to grow this plant here, even if it means me having to ship a grow light all the way from the likes of Canada. I don't care. I will get a grow light for this plant, and I want it to be here permanently. So lovely, isn't it? I love it. So guys, we've come to the end of this tour. I will be giving you guys a living room update and a living room vlog next weekend. So if you want to find out what that's about, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out. And for the OGs, my community girlies, this couch here is actually not by Mr. Abiodun. He still hasn't delivered my furniture, babes. But that's the story for the vlog on next week Saturday. But till then, I will see you guys in the next one.